Hey guys, Devin from DCON here, and consumerized versions of VR headsets have been out for just over 3 years now, and VR in general was labeled as the next big thing in gaming, and the initial sales projections back that claim up. And well, this just hasn't been the case. Despite seeing steady growth year after year, VR never really took off like it was expected to. So why has the rate of adoption been so slow? Well, there's 3 things actually, with the first and largest hurdle being cost. Secondly is overall ease of use, and lastly is the game library itself. And the Oculus Quest addresses most of these issues. Virtual reality has never been a cheap hobby. In fact, the cheapest point of entry has been with PlayStation VR, and that's still going to set you back around $800, while its PC counterparts will run you north of $1,000. The Oculus Quest undercuts both of them as it comes in at $400 for its base 64GB model, and there's also a larger 128GB model for $100 more. And not only is the price right, it's also extremely user-friendly. Gone is the slew of cables, gone is the external sensors, and gone is that tethered experience. And what you're left with is a completely wireless experience with just you, your headset, and your 2 Oculus Touch controllers. The headset is very basic in design and simple in nature as it has this very nice soft fabric wrapped around the entire headset. Along the side we have our power button and also a headphone jack, and on the bottom we have our volume rocker and IPD adjuster, and on the opposite side we have our lone USB Type-C port, which is used for charging. The headband is constructed from this very pliable rubber material, and we also have our 3 classic Velcro straps for adjustment. The headband is also retractable, which makes the whole on-off function that much more simplified. Alright, let's talk about virtual reality and how the Quest handles it, and it handles it very well. It may not provide the most realistic, high-fidelity virtual space, however, it provides a very damn good one. The black levels are essentially on par with the original Rift, and there's no God ray effect to speak of. And thanks to the LED implementation, text is more readable than ever, and also the screen door effect is essentially non-existent. And despite this lack of fidelity, the Quest more than makes up with it by being completely tetherless. The fact that you're not constantly worrying about this wire and managing this wire, it actually just amplifies the overall virtual experience. It takes you from being in the real world wearing a headset to actually putting yourself in this virtual space, because you don't have this wire constantly kind of providing tension and tugging at your head, reminding you that you're in this virtual space. With this cable removed, it just makes everything feel that much more authentic, even though that virtual space has a little bit lower of a graphical fidelity. Tracking is also excellent as I experienced no shaking, drifting, floating hands, or any lost connections during my time with the Quest. Oculus has done a fantastic job at implementing this inside-out tracking system, and despite only having 4 sensors on the front of the headset, it still does a fantastic job at keeping track of your movement. Even when you reach behind your head, such as in Space Pirate Trainer, it never loses track of your controller at all, and it does a fantastic job at estimating where your hand is at that point in time. And unlike the first generation Oculus Rift, the Oculus Quest doesn't have built-in headphones, and initially I was a bit upset about this decision. I really like the headphones in the first generation Rift, and headphones in general just allow you to feel more immersed in virtual reality, and it also isolates the experience very well. You can still use headphones with the Oculus Quest, you just have to plug them into the headphone jack, but for me I think this just kind of goes against the entire wireless philosophy that the Quest preaches, and the introduction of wires just doesn't seem like something I want to deal with. So I just relied on the external speakers myself, and they actually do a very good job. It gets plenty loud, and it does a very good job at simulating a 3-dimensional environment, and honestly I never felt compelled to go to a wired solution. And this actually brings me to my first negative. By not having built-in headphones, it would have been nice to have seen Oculus implement Bluetooth compatibility with wireless earbuds. The fact that you can't use wireless earbuds with this product in 2019 feels a bit dated, and hopefully it can be patched in down the road, and it would be a nice solution to not having these built-in headphones. Battery life on the Oculus Quest is pretty good. I was able to get just under 3 hours of total playtime, and for me this is more than enough battery as I usually take VR in bite-sized sessions, and I usually don't spend more than an hour in virtual space. However, for people who want to do, 4 to 5 hours, you'll probably find yourself being a bit disappointed by the battery life. And total recharge of the headset going from 0 to 100% is just under 2 hours. Overall, the Oculus Quest changes everything about virtual reality. The freedom gained from being untethered is something I honestly didn't think I would care about as much as better graphics or an improved display, but the Quest has changed my opinion on that. Losing the tether is such a liberating experience, and it actually immerses you so much more than better graphics or an improved display ever could. And the fact that the Oculus Quest offers this wireless, tetherless experience, which is the best VR experience you can get to date, at a mere $400 is pretty awesome. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please send me your likes. If you enjoy my content, send me your subs. And as always, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time.